Hello everyone. In this video I will discuss one of the film called Shanghai Fortress 2019. And never forget that I always pray for you and your family to be happy and healthy always. The story begins in the year 2035. By this time, Earth has entered a phase where humanity has successfully harnessed energy sources from various aspects. They have even discovered a new and primary energy source called Xianteng, which in recent years has been able to replace other resources such as oil and coal. With the increasing use of Xianteng, human progress and development have been transformed. However, the beneficial energy source has unwittingly invited unwelcome guests to Earth. A giant alien mothership arrives and appears in Brazil, shocking the entire world. It doesn't take long for the uninvited guests to launch surprise attacks, causing damage to every city that possesses Xianteng resources. The attacks continue relentlessly, gradually destroying what humans have built up until now. Despite humanity's advanced technology, the alien onslaught cannot be stopped. All nations hold an emergency meeting in Shanghai, China, to discuss a joint defense system. But it is too late, as the aliens accelerate the destruction of major cities worldwide. Only one point of defense remains, the stronghold of Shanghai, encompassing the entire city. It is led by a commander named Shao, and also commanded by Lin Lan, who trains and oversees their military every day. The survivors are now planning to change the course of events, and for that, everything must be carefully planned. Coincidentally, there is one team that has been continuously monitored by Commander Lin Lan during training. Although they have performed well in their exercises, they have never been deployed to the battlefield. Lin is puzzled as to why this team is being intensely trained despite their lack of experience. The team in question is called Grey Eagle, consisting of 4 individuals: Zhang Yang, the most talented among them; Zheng Yu, the one who calculates everything meticulously; Lu Yiyi, an expert in data analysis; and Pan. The 4 of them are currently undergoing a simulated training session controlling dual-engine combat drones, which proves to be extremely challenging. If they didn't have unity in every training session, Zhang Yang, who used to be part of the logistics team, doesn't know why he was selected for training and joined the Grey Eagle team. However, what he knows for sure is that he will fight back against the aliens alongside his team and hundreds of other fighters. Zhang may not hold a high rank or position, but secretly, he has harbored feelings for Commander Lin for a long time. In fact, Zhang has prepared a gift for Commander Lin on her birthday. The next day, Commander Shao and Commander Lin paid their respects to the ashes of the last destroyed city, New Delhi, which had been blown all the way to Shanghai. After the destruction of New Delhi, they received a report containing valuable data for Shanghai's defense. Shanghai is known to have the most advanced technology in the world, which is why they were able to protect the entire city with an impenetrable dome. However, Shao reminded them not to become complacent if they didn't want to suffer the same fate as the destroyed cities. Shortly after, tension filled the air when the alien mothership suddenly appeared in Shanghai. The residents were instructed to take shelter while the defense forces were put on alert to fight the alien attack. The alien mothership launched an attack that hit the protective dome. By the way, the Grey Eagle team didn't participate because they were still considered newcomers. Just as the dome was breached, the alien mothership deployed its troops, who were immediately confronted by the Shanghai drone forces. A battle ensued, causing damage in several areas of the city. Zhang happened to be off duty and had to join the effort to rescue civilians trapped amidst the ongoing warfare. Fortunately, ground forces and artillery arrived promptly to secure the situation. Once the surface was under control, the Shanghai stronghold managed to temporarily repel the alien mothership and its crew. The protective dome was restored and the city gradually returned to normal. However, this situation seemed to unsettle the Shanghai leaders, prompting them to study the data they obtained from the alien mothership. They discovered a weakness in the ship's analysis. During a meeting, Officer Jianan, the commander of the Shanghai stronghold's artillery, reported this weakness. According to Jianan, the weak point of the alien mothership could be exposed using the Shanghai artillery. Upon hearing this, the council members urged Commander Shao to use it and launch a counterattack. However, Shao cautioned against rushing into it, as miscalculations could jeopardize the fate of humanity. After the meeting, Commander Shao intended to show something to Commander Lin. They arrived at an area where the energy source called Xianteng was stored. So, initially, Xianteng was first discovered in outer space, and initially, only a small amount of energy was brought back. But somehow, Xianteng managed to reproduce itself while generating a tremendous amount of energy. Eventually, Xianteng was used as the energy source for the stronghold, including the protective dome and the Shanghai artillery. The commander really wanted to use their ultimate weapon, the Shanghai artillery. However, the problem was that if it was used, the commander was concerned that the Xianteng energy would be depleted, which would affect the protective dome of the stronghold. In short, news came in that the alien mothership was planning to attack the Shanghai stronghold again. All the troops, along with heavy weaponry, were prepared and headed towards the location of the attack. However, the members of the Grey Eagle team, who were in control of the energy storage system, realized that something was wrong. They discovered that the alien mothership, which had breached the dome, was not attacking as before. They immediately realized that it was likely a trap and found that the Xianteng energy source had become unstable. This was due to the repairs made after the previous attack. The location was a deception to concentrate Shanghai's military strength there, while the alien mothership waited for the moment when the stronghold depleted a significant amount of energy, allowing them to easily breach the protective dome. And true enough, the alien forces launched an attack, penetrating the central command of the Shanghai stronghold through an undetected opening. The ground forces trying to hold them back were overwhelmed. Seeing the unclear situation, Jiang Yang then rallied his friends to pilot combat drones along with the council members who ordered the use of the Shanghai artillery. When the Grey Eagle team arrived at the command center, the commander allowed them to pilot the drones alongside Commander Lin. They now had to fend off the attack while giving time for others to repair the damaged protective dome. Meanwhile, Jianan prepared to fire the Shanghai artillery directly at the alien mothership, and after calculating the trajectory, the Shanghai artillery was successfully fired, causing the alien mothership to disappear. The situation was slowly starting to recover, and Jiang Yang and his friends felt relieved as they had overcome the tense moments. Jiang Yang was also happy because he finally got to fight alongside his beloved woman. Due to his involvement in the previous events, Jiang Yang was promoted to commander. To celebrate, Yi Yi invited their friends to a bar where they shared their happiness with each other. However, it was different for Jiang Yang. Apparently, he was still thinking about Commander Lin. Yi Yi, who had been friends with him for a long time, knew about this and tried to encourage Jiang Yang not to give up on pursuing his love. The next day, news of Shanghai's victory was reported. During the battle against the aliens, for the first time in human history, they were able to launch a counterattack which boosted the morale of all the Shanghai defense forces. Commander Jianan was promoted to Brigadier General for his bravery. Interestingly, Jianan used to be a schoolmate of Commander Lin and a member of the Grey Eagle team. Pan knew that Jianan had feelings for Commander Lin for a long time. When Jiang heard about this, he felt down upon realizing Jianan's feelings for Commander Lin. Fortunately, Jiang happened to meet Commander Lin at a cafe. Jiang then gave her a belated birthday gift, and from there they made plans to meet again. During their conversation, Jiang learned that Commander Lin had a lack of affection from her family, and in times like these, Jiang felt insecure and lacked the courage to express his feelings to Commander Lin. The next day, an incident occurred where strange cracks appeared all over Shanghai's surface. The cause was still unknown, but Commander Shao believed it was due to the use of the Shanghai artillery, which destabilized the energy supply. And indeed, shortly after, the warning system notified that several cracks had occurred in the protective dome, making Shanghai vulnerable to external attacks. Fortunately, the situation was brought under control by the drone forces led by Jiang. However, there was one surviving alien from the previous battle, and it managed to infiltrate the central command. The alien's goal was to destroy the protective dome from within. In this incident, Pan had to sacrifice his life, and the Shanghai stronghold was in danger. Fortunately, the backup server was successfully activated, restoring the protective dome. Besides Pan, many members of the command center became casualties. A sense of mourning enveloped the Shanghai stronghold, and the one who felt the loss of Pan the most was the Grey Eagle team, especially Yi Yi. Their relationship with Pan had always been close. The war seemed endless, but Commander Shao and the council were now gathered to contemplate the situation. The Xianteng energy level was reported to be decreasing, and in the near future, it might not be able to sustain the protective dome. Upon hearing this, the council members suggested surrendering Shanghai, withdrawing the troops, and evacuating all residents. However, Commander Shao disagreed, as he couldn't bear to give up Shanghai so easily. He believed they still had one more chance. Shao had an idea. He intended to open the protective dome and redirect all the Xianteng energy directly to the Shanghai artillery. The Grey Eagle team, along with the drone forces, would protect the city and the Shanghai artillery for as long as they could. The Grey Eagle team had been training to operate a special combat vehicle called the AV-28, which had never been used by the Shanghai stronghold before. Meanwhile, the residents were evacuated to a safe location, and all available forces were mobilized. Once the dome was opened, the aliens would be lured in, attempting to seize the Xianteng energy. They only had one chance to fire the Shanghai artillery accurately at the alien mothership, and this was a life-or-death mission for the Grey Eagle team. Commander Shao suggested they retrieve personal belongings and place them in a box. Zheng Yu included a piece of paper with a letter to his parents. Yi Yi put Pan's motorcycle key and a photo of the Grey Eagle team, and Jiang Yang included his cell phone, which he had been using to communicate with Commander Lin. But before that, Jiang sent a message to Commander Lin expressing his love for her, although the message failed to be sent. The Grey Eagle team then entered the AV-28 in hopes of winning the battle. Once everything was ready, the protective dome was deactivated, and all the Xianteng energy was redirected to the Shanghai artillery. A fierce battle ensued in the skies of Shanghai as many alien forces directly attacked the command center and headed towards the location of the Xianteng energy. Jiang and Yi Yi tried to secure the Xianteng energy, while Zheng Yu guarded the Shanghai artillery. During the incident, Jiang's AV-28 sustained damage, forcing him to land right in the Xianteng area, where he had to join the battle. As the enemy forces were overwhelming, Zheng Yu became overwhelmed as well. Yi Yi, upon hearing this, asked Jiang to help Zheng Yu while she stayed behind. Meanwhile, the alien mothership slowly descended and approached Shanghai. Yi Yi and the ground forces protecting the Xianteng energy were on the verge of being breached. With no other options, Yi Yi decided to sacrifice herself to prevent the aliens from entering the Xianteng chamber. Jiang managed to join Zheng Yu just moments before the Shanghai artillery was fired towards the mothership. Unfortunately, the shot was successfully intercepted by the numerous alien forces protecting their mothership. Luckily, they still had one last chance to fire the Shanghai artillery. However, it required using all the remaining Xianteng energy, which could result in the destruction of Shanghai. In this situation, Commander Lin decided to take the risk, as they had no other choice. Realizing that the aliens were unwilling to be shot again, some of them attempted to enter the control room of the Shanghai artillery. The situation became even more uncertain as the Xianteng energy was depleted, causing the entire city of Shanghai to appear submerged. Here, Jiang suddenly had an idea. Although the Shanghai artillery couldn't be fired because they couldn't determine the position of the mothership, Jiang intended to maneuver the artillery by locking the firing position toward himself. However, with many alien forces around the mothership, Zheng Yu sacrificed himself to create a path for Jiang. Once Jiang managed to get close to the mothership, he ordered Jianan, who was in the control room, to fire the artillery. 5 years after they successfully defeated the alien invasion, Shanghai had returned to normal. Jiang was one of the few people who survived, while his friends Commander Shao, Brigadier General Jianan, and Commander Lin had fallen in the incident. Shanghai had become a city as it should be, but without the protective dome. Jiang returned to the shop where it all began, his life and his encounter with Commander Lin. He opened the box he used to store his personal belongings, which included his cell phone. Unexpectedly, the message that Jiang Yang had failed to send before was now successfully delivered and read by Commander Lin. In the end, Jiang could only reminisce about the first time he met Commander Lin when he enlisted in the Shanghai Fortress forces.
这边写上你志愿要去的战区，然后签个名就可以了。
请问你是哪个战区的？
上海堡垒。
装掉下的眼泪，全世界好。
And that's it for the story series of this film. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to support this channel by subscribe, like and share. See you in the next video. Goodbye.